Milkman, Mr. Milktastic, coming back at you with another episode. And on today's episode, I just had to restart and refresh because listen, your attitude means a lot, and my attitude was shitty this morning. I thank God for the opportunity to course correct myself throughout the day and do it early. So let me get my mind right. Hopefully you got your mind right. And let me tell you, because it got really frustrating and bad today. It was like, God, you could take me. I'm tired. I'm tired. You could take me. And then I had to think about the words that I'm saying out my mouth. Like, you telling God to take you. You know he'll come take you, right? So I ain't ready to die yet, but it's like the frustrations of life and the abundantly frustrating things of life has been on me. So I'm trying to stay positive. So I came back, like I said I would. Said I'm going to read this book. Oh, let me take off these wet socks and shoes because I jumped out of my truck and it was all the ice and just melted. And now I got wet feet. So let me take off these wet ass socks. And I'm in the snow, so that's liability for cold right there. You got wet feet, you're in the snow. All right, a lot of things there. But like I said, I came back, had to refresh, and I'm going to stay positive. I'm not going to get into all this stuff that's going on. We're going to pray about it. God be with me in Jesus' name. Give me peace in my spirit and in my soul. I'm not in deservance of your mercy or your grace or even your forgiveness, but in Jesus' name, Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Forgive me my sin with me. Keep my spirit calm. Let's just read this and try to be positive, because, let's try to be positive. Negative habits put you on course for failure. When you hear the words bad habits, oh, you know what? Y'all probably, it's a little boring out there, but y'all want to watch this snow? Y'all can watch the snow. Y'all ain't got to watch me. Y'all can watch the snow out here and watch the goings on going on out there, huh? Yeah, that's what y'all could watch. Y'all could watch the snow and the goings on going on. It is snowing out here. So, you don't want that. It is good. Negative habits put you on course for failure. When you hear the words bad habit, what comes to mind? Many people would think of tobacco use or biting fingernails or obsessively checking social media. Certainly these are all things people do habitually, and they all have detrimental effects. Let me push your thinking beyond these rather obvious habits, bad habits, to think about some things you may do habitually that drive your life in a negative direction. In each case, we'll trace that bad habit all the way back to see how it originated. From your basic attitude about life. These certainly are the only possible bad habits that stem from a negative. These aren't the only possible bad habits that stem from a negative outlook, but they are some of the most common. Procrastinating. Procrastinating is putting off an unpleasant task until it becomes difficult or impossible to complete, or its incompletion causes another problem. This is a habit that begins early in life when we put off cleaning our room until it causes a problem with mom and dad, or we put off working on a school assignment until it's overdue. Later in life, you may procrastinate having a difficult conversation or applying for college or a job opportunity that could advance your career. Why do we do that? Most people would say that they procrastinate because they find the task boring or distasteful, which may be accurate in some cases. However, I'm convinced that procrastination goes deeper than simply wanting to avoid an unpleasant task. It has roots in the way we think about the world and about ourselves. Psychologist Pamela Wiggars has identified 9 questions that help diagnose the reason people procrastinate. Review the list and notice how what we think drives us to procrastination. When faced with a task, do you think of all the ways it could go wrong? Do you picture the reaction of important people in your life if you failed at this task? Do you believe it's better to not try at all than to try your best and fail? Are you overwhelmed by the possibilities of new responsibilities if you succeed at the task? If you do well at anticipate that others will then expect more of you? Do you feel your success will lead to other people finding out the real you? Do you believe that what you do should be done perfectly? Do you find it difficult to persist when things aren't going just right? Would you rather avoid doing something than do it perfectly? imperfectly? According to Weingart, positive responses on the questions 1 through 3 may indicate a fear of failure, while 7 through 9 are tied to perfectionism. Do you see how our basic attitude toward life can drive this extremely unproductive habit? Fear of failure, fear of success, and perfectionism steal from a negative outlook. We don't believe in ourselves. We're unsure how to follow up on a win. We fear that others won't be pleased with us. All this stems from negative thinking. A negative attitude drives the negative habits of procrastination, which is a strong indicator of impending success or failure. Your habits predict your future. Overworking. The average American adult spends 8.9 hours on a typical workday. However, according to a Gallup poll, 39% of Americans work more than 50 hours per week, with 18% working more than 60 hours. In addition, American workers take less time off than their European counterparts. So why do we work so much? It is because we're all struggling to put food on the table. Certainly, there are American workers who put in long hours because they're barely making it. However, I suspect that most of us, our work habits stem from our basic outlook on life, our attitude. We work too much and take too little time off because we believe either that we must achieve a certain level of success to prove our worth, or that we must have buying power in order to be happy. Without examining these assumptions, which stem from negative ideas of low self-worth or a scarcity mindset, we default into overworking to our detriment of our health and family relationships. That's the very definition of a bad habit. And that's exactly why I said I'm finna get the fuck off this truck, because I'm working so much. I'm working too much. I'm not enjoying my family time, my own time, no life. It's just like truck, drive, work. Bitch, I ain't trying to die on this truck. Fuck this shit. I'm finna get this money and run. You heard me? I'm out of here. Finna take this money and run. We'll figure out some more shit. I'm finna be spending my life on this motherfucking road. Fuck this shit. It's a good job though, know what I'm saying? I ain't complaining about the job, the money, or the pay, but when they start playing with the money, that's a problem. It's a motherfucking problem they start playing with that money. I ain't lying to you. Eating or exercising poorly. Closely related to our habit of overworking is the extremely bad habit of neglecting our health by eating or exercising poorly. Ask 100 people how many of them want to lose weight or get in better physical shape, and the overwhelming majority will say yes. Now ask them why they don't, and you'll get the same answers in nearly every case. I just don't have time. In fact, we all get the same number of minutes in a day, so everyone has time to eat and exercise properly. We simply develop poor habits in this area because we procrastinate and because we overwork. Hitting the drive-thru for a fast food lunch is easier than getting up a few minutes early to prepare a balanced meal. So it becomes a habit. Watching television after supper rather than a habit. Remember, a habit consists of a prompt, a rote action, and a reward. Sit on the couch, pick up the remote control, watch your favorite show. That's the habit. Defaulting to yes or no. Before we go any further, would you do me a favor? Either yes or no to that question without thinking about it. The same would be to borrow money, invited you to dinner, or offered a new opportunity. We generally default to either a yes or no response to these kinds of questions, regardless of the circumstances. In either case, the habit develops from the way we think. For example, those who default to no generally do so because they feel either overwhelmed, too busy, suspicious, or selfish. All those negative thought patterns stem from a negative outlook, so they say no without thinking about it. They default to I'm too busy, I can't right now, or some other rote response. There's no real consideration involved. As a result, they miss out on the opportunity and make their world smaller. Those who default to yes may be a bit more likable, but their response may also flow from a negative outlook. They feel they're responsible for everyone. They have to say yes. They want people to like them, or they're afraid to say no. As a result, they say sure or no problem without thinking about how the request impacts them. Their negative thoughts drive them to be overcommitted, overstressed, and unhappy. Now that we've identified a few bad habits that can develop from a negative attitude, let's take a step back and look at the whole picture. What is life like? Putting this all together, we would get a picture of a person who's always a bit behind on projects or ideas, never really able to accomplish dreams and plans. Such people would be stuck in a job they don't like while working at it so much that their family relationships begin to strain. They're probably a bit overwhelmed and out of shape because they never seem to have time for themselves. To top it off, they're either so closed off to others that they seldom do new or interesting things, are so overly committed that it seems they're always accomplishing others people's agenda but never their own. Does that sound like anyone you know? You might even see yourself in that picture. Notice the way poor habits, the things you do on autopilot, can drive your life in negative ways. Your negative thinking will produce negative patterns of behavior, which will in turn drive you towards a negative future. But there's hope. But there's hope. God, good habits have equal power in life, and they can drive you to success. It all begins with a change in your attitude. Positive habits predict success. In 1989, Stephen R. Covey published the best-selling book, The 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People. Covey may have been the first person to point out the link between our outlook and the habits they engender, habits that can set us up for success. These habits require little explanation. Notice how many of them are opposite of the poor habits noted above. Be proactive. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. Think win-win. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Synergize. Work together. Sharpen the saw. Replenish yourself. What a different picture these habits draw than the negative habits we discuss. Imagine the people who live this way. They have a positive idea of what they like to accomplish and they take action on it. They don't. They have an abundance mindset and gladly share with others, work together. Finally, they take care of themselves because they realize their own well-being is their best resource. Notice too that each of these habits stem from a positive outlook. To begin behaving in these ways by habit, that is, without thinking further about them, you must believe something positive about yourself, about others, and about the world. Positive habits set you up to achieve. They're the best predictor of your future success and happiness. Covey's 7 habits are quite well known, but there are many other positive habits that stem from a positive outlook. If you think positively, you will almost certainly develop some of these good habits, which will in turn put you on a course for a better future. Morning and evening routine. Successful people nearly always have a daily routine that automate important aspects of their life. They get to bed early enough to get a good night's sleep. They begin their days in a predictable way, often with exercise and reading or devotional time. They're prepared for the challenges of the day. They've routinely selected their clothing, eaten properly, and taken care of their personal needs so that they can be well focused and have good energy. Punctuality. It now seems fashionable to arrive a few minutes late, and tardiness is sometimes used as a badge of honor or a power move. I'm so busy today. But it's a poor habit that stems from a scarcity mindset. I don't have enough time. Successful people almost always arrive a few minutes early. They're respectful of their time, their own and that of others, because they're focused on achievement. Politeness. Politeness stems from a basic attitude of respect for others. We're polite when we see others having equal value or even greater value than ourselves. Using words like please, thank you, yes sir, and no ma'am is a habit. It springs from a positive attitude and it soon becomes second nature. Physical fitness. I'm tired is the most frequent complaint that a primary care physician hears. Much of the fatigue we feel stems from our poor habits with regard to self-care. We don't eat properly or exercise enough. Success in any area of life includes personal life development, depends on having adequate energy. When you get consistent sleep, eat properly, maintain a healthy weight, and exercise regularly, you feel better. These positive habits don't guarantee happiness, but a good health regimen is a great predictor of future well-being. Spiritual practices. My belief is that there is far more to a human being than meets the eye. We're not just flesh and bone or even intellect. We have an eternal soul that must be also cared for. Worship, prayer, inspirational reading, self-examination, these are all positive spiritual habits that contribute to your well-being at a level you may be unaware of. We could list dozens more positive habits that grow organically from a positive attitude. Things like writing goals, planning your day, smiling, taking consistent time away from work, spending time outdoors, saving money, reading, and taking breaks during the day. You get the idea. Happy and successful people do positive things by routine, almost without thinking. The positive habits become the best predictor of their ongoing success. Learn the secret of Benjamin Franklin. People today think of Benjamin Franklin as the person on the $100 bill. Few perhaps realize that this founding father of the country was also one of the most successful and renowned people of his day. Franklin was an author, printer, politician, scientist, inventor, statesman, and diplomat. He was the British postmaster of the American colonies, established what was the first communication system in the country. He served as governor of Pennsylvania and is the only person to sign all four of these documents: the Declaration of Independence, the Treaty of Alliance enlisting France's help in the American Revolution, the Treaty of Paris that ended the Revolution, and the Constitution of the United States. He invented bifocals, established the first fire department in Philadelphia, and founded a university. What made Franklin so prolific and successful? He was blessed with an amazing intellect, but that alone doesn't explain Franklin's incredible achievements. He had a tremendously positive outlook on life, and that showed up in his daily habits. Franklin observed a routine that included rising at 5 a.m. for a 3-hour morning routine that included personal grooming, breakfast, study, and planning the day. He worked from 8 a.m. to noon and then took 2 hours to eat lunch and either read or review his accounts. He worked again from 2 to 6 p.m. and then spent the evening doing chores, having dinner, and engaging in conversations or other diversions. He was in bed promptly at 10. Each morning, Franklin began the day by asking himself, "What good shall I do?" And each evening, he ended the day asking, "What good have I done today?" Your daily habits have incredible power to shape your life. The things you do every day, well, they become the things you spend your life doing. If you have a positive outlook on life and a positive attitude towards yourself and others, you'll develop strong, constructive habits that will virtually ensure your future success and happiness. The things you do day in and day out become the building blocks of your life. Choose them wisely. What's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My bad. I was reading. I was locked in. There you go. That goddamn snow. And the cold. Hit me all at once. So that was another chapter. The power of choice. That's the next chapter. So like I say, y'all, right now, I got to really dig in deep and try to just stay positive out here because, man, everything been going low. But we're going to stay positive. Millionaire Mission splashing in the fishbowl. We're going to get these millions, though. I don't know what God waiting for. I don't know what I got to do. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Grinding, hustling, and stacking. We're going to get it up. In Jesus' name. Smile, bitch. I'm going to lay down and try to let my back relax. Because, yeah, I can't go nowhere at 2 o'clock, so might as well. Let me see. Nah, it's only an hour away, so it's like I can't even go to sleep. Don't make sense to go to sleep now. You have to get right up. Fuck around, go to sleep and miss the call. But hey, y'all, don't mind me. Life is life. It's gonna frustrate the hell out of some of us sometimes. But you know, I'm just gonna sit here and count my blessings. I'm gonna stop looking at discretions and let discretions go and count the blessings. Let's count a couple of them. We can see. We can hear. We can smell. We can talk. And we can think. Thank God for functional body parts. Everything. Back a little bit hurted, but thank God for the healing that's coming to my back and that pain leaving my back, because I asked for this pain to leave my back in Jesus' name, whether it be gas or bone or whatever it be. See, that was instant relief right there. Excuse me, y'all. So it do seem to be gas in my back. We'll have to get rid of that somehow. But y'all make sure y'all stay on it, man. Millionaire Mission. We can get it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. And what y'all think? Y'all think the government y'all think them government drones? I ain't really seen a clear picture of the drones or a clear video of the drones. I just keep seeing people talking about it, keep hearing about it. But I figure like they said that they flying over military bases and over the airport. And I said to myself, nigga, ain't the military Air Force too? Ain't that's the Air Force? So you telling me y'all got drones flying over y'all Air Force that y'all don't know who they is, but y'all ain't shooting down? Listen, you can trick me some of the time. You can't trick me all the time. And I was born at night, but not last night. If them wasn't y'all drones, y'all would have shot them down. Then again, y'all did let that China spy drone go through damn near all of America before y'all took action. And that could be Biden with his slow to anger, slow to do any goddamn thing as. But yeah, y'all stay focused, good people. I do believe that them are government drones because they won't shoot them down. And I just seen a video today where the governor of New Jersey was telling people don't shoot at them drones. They was like, that's illegal, you can't do that. If you shoot at the drones, you're committing a crime. Nigga, y'all don't know who drones it is. People don't know who drones it is. The drone flying close to their house and trying to like look in their house. If they shoot it, what's the problem? They should be able to protect their home. Niggas don't want drones just flying around. What if them drones start shooting? I seen this one TED talk where they was talking about the drones and the capability of the drones, and they were saying like they could program the drones to like target people's heads, so when they hit your head they explode. Like, so yeah, y'all watch out for the drones, man. We don't know what kind of drones they is. They saying they don't know whose on they is. They won't shoot them down and telling us don't shoot them down. I think it's our government's drone. I might be a conspiracy theory. Give me my tinfoil hat. I'll wear it. Give me my tinfoil hat. I'll wear it. I think the government is doing the drone thing. It's a distraction. What they distracting us from, I don't know. Because why all of a sudden they releasing all these UFO documents and they got drones now like it's aliens. Listen, man. They ain't been to the moon. You ain't seen no real picture out of space. Only thing you seen was CGI, computer-generated images. NASA is a scam. Ain't nobody left this earth. We is in this dome and they cannot get out. NASA is a big-ass money grab. And I can tell you, they even pay people like Billy Carson. So you know they on some other shit. They just... some money grab, man. We in America, man. Get you some money and take care of your family. Enjoy life while God gave you life to enjoy. Count your blessings and not your stressings. And that's the lesson for the day. Count your blessings and not your stressings is the lesson for today. Millionaire Mission, make sure you on one. Stay prayed up.